Today I'm reacting to the most disturbing animations by Zack Films, from a guy stabbing a man because he died in a video game to seeing a man burned alive.
He was mad because he died in the game. So he researched the other gamer's identity. And after 7 months of stalking, he realized he lived just a few miles away. When he rang
that's
the
so
doorbell,
creepy.
The man answered, and suddenly he pulled out a kitchen knife and stabbed the man in the chest. It missed his heart by less than an inch, and somehow the man survived. But the attacker spent 2 years in prison, all over a video game.
Just 2 years? No. I'm actually mad. I'm actually pissed up. Bro got mad over a video game, stalked the guy who killed him for 7 months, right? He finds him, gets a knife, and almost literally kills him. That man is so lucky to survive with an inch of barely dying, bro. Nah, that guy deserves like 10, bro. Bro, rage quit lasted 7 months. I'm saying only 2 years in prison for attempted murder is genuinely crazy, bro. Honestly, in today's society, bro, it's gotten so bad.
He cut through his frostbitten foot using only scissors, and the man felt everything. When it was done, she kept the foot in a freezer, hoping to take it home and cover it in resin. You see, her family owned a taxidermy shop, and she planned to display the foot in the window with a sign that read, "Wear your boots, kids." When the man died, she tried to steal the foot, but the other nurses stopped her, and his foot was finally sent off with the body.
Yo, what in the psychotic psychopath lady did we just witness, bro? Why do you want to steal a foot, bro? I don't care if you own that taxidermy shop. No! Making someone feel pain for the art is next level insanity. That's what I'm saying, bro. Next level insanity.
As the Titanic was
No!
rumors spread that the captain was drinking during the disaster.
What?
And others said he faked his death, escaped, and fled to America. But the worst reports were from people who heard gunshots on the bridge.
Gunshots?
Claiming the captain shot himself as the ship went down. Because of this, he was remembered as a coward. But years later, one researcher claimed the gunshots were fired as warning shots to calm the panicked crowd. One survivor saw him saving
I had to stop. Calm the panicked crowd. Alright, yeah. For gunshots? Alright.
a baby and refusing a lifeboat so others would be saved. Meaning the captain may have actually been a hero after all.
Oh my gosh, that's ore though. That's so much ore, but he had like sacrifice ore, meaning that like he did all these good deeds, but unfortunately he probably passed away. Like how society just makes good people seem bad, respect to the captain. That's what I'm saying, bro. True captain goes down with the ship, what a legend.
One identical twin boards a spaceship while the other stays on Earth. The spaceship then begins flying through space at the speed of light. Now, even though they would both feel time passing normally, the twin back on Earth would actually experience time faster. That's because time bends and stretches depending on how fast you're going.
Whoa, really?
The closer you get to the speed of light, the more time slows down. Meaning when the one twin returned, they would be younger than the other twin.
Whoa! Wait, that's actually crazy. That's actually true? Because I mean, whenever Zack Film says about anything, literally, it's all non-fiction. It's all true. None of it is fake.
They crammed the 500-pound body inside the chamber and turned up the flames to cremate it. But as it began to burn, the massive amount of fat started to liquefy, and then it ignited. Chunks of burning fat launched up through the vent system, landing on the roof. This set the rubber material on fire, forcing workers inside to evacuate. And by the time firefighters arrived, the roof was engulfed in flames.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy, yo. Bro fought until the very end, lest we forget. Gorlock the Destroyer.
He lines up the probe carefully and moves forward to
What?
lock it into the hose trailing from the plane. Then the probe's nozzle pushes
No
against
way.
the valve
That's
on the
crazy
hose.
maneuvers.
This creates a sealed connection between the planes. Then thousands of gallons quickly pump through the hose and into the fighter jet. And this fills the jet's tanks as the planes continue to fly in perfect formation.
What? That's cool. That's actually sick. The fighter pilot is just Rick.
The bullet was shot
Oh my gosh.
lodged into his chest. Now, doctors said it was too close to his heart and lungs to remove, so they just left it in.
Are we serious?
He grew up and raised a family with a bullet still inside of him, and it sat in his chest for decades without pain. But at age 85, while recovering from a car crash, he coughed, and the bullet came out after all these years.
That's so crazy. I mean, good thing he survived, bro. But like, dude, bro survived a gunshot as a kid, a car crash at 85. True legend. Yeah, a car crash at 85 is insane. Bro spat the bullet like Hulk. Now this is insane though.
If you swab the microbes off of your skin and drop them into a jar of flour and water,
Yo, that's so evil. Imagine you're in like a cooking class and you do that, bro.
they'll start to eat the sugars inside the flour. And as they break it down, they release carbon dioxide gas. Over a few days, the mixture will bubble up as more and more gas is released. Next, add more flour and water, kneading it together until you have dough. And when you bake it, you'll have your very own sourdough using your body's natural yeast.
Ooh, nasty. That's just nasty, bro. These are definitely the world's most disturbing animations, bro. Zack Films will always disturb you.
If a long strip was taped to a dollar bill
Okay.
and fed into a soda machine before making a selection, could the money be yanked back out in time to get a free soda? Well, modern vending machines scan the bill by shining lights onto the paper, and if it reflects off the tape in unexpected ways, the machine will reject the bill. But older machines would only check for the magnetic ink inside the bill, meaning it could be accepted and then yanked out, leaving credit on the machine while you save the $1 bill. But remember, this is stealing, and you would be a scumbag if you tried it.
Heavy scumbag. Yeah, guys. Bro, Zack Films is casually educating us how to do these hacks for free on the internet.
They surgically
Ew.
removed 90% of her tongue because it had cancer. Next,
wait,
they
what?
cut a muscle out of her arm. They connected the veins inside her mouth and stitched the nerves together. The muscle was stitched onto what was left of her tongue, matching its shape. And even though doctors said she would never speak again, she said hello to her daughter just days later.
That's the most disturbing thing I ever seen. It's so like, wow, I'm glad she's safe, bro. Never underestimate the power of a mother who loves her children infinitely.
The terrifying creature devoured livestock and even preyed on women and
Are you
children.
serious?
The villagers
Hey, here we go. Zack Films awarded the most disturbing
hunted it
animations.
down and killed it. And for some reason, they believed it was the mayor who had come back from the dead as a werewolf. They dressed the dead creature in a flesh-colored suit
Are we
that
serious?
looked like human skin and added a brown wig and a long white beard.
Yeah, that's so
To
weird.
finish it off, they cut off its snout, replacing it with a mask that looked like the mayor. And just to be sure the creature was dead, they hanged it in a public trial.
This is some witcheroo, voodoo, witchcraft type stuff, bro. The villagers must have a serious beef with that man. That's what I'm saying, bro.
He began throwing up immediately after
Ew.
drinking his morning coffee. He also began to feel sick, and some even had severe diarrhea. And when they checked the security footage, they found something shocking. An angry employee had been pouring cleaning spray into
Are
the
we
fresh
serious?
pot. She had been upset at her coworkers and poisoned the coffee for revenge.
That's literally
After being
illegal.
caught, she was sentenced to 3 years in prison.
Bro, 3 years? What? Yeah, she must have been a baddie for the judge, bro. Like, 3 years, she's literally trying to kill multiple people, bro. 3 years is surprisingly for what could have been an attempt to murder on multiple employees. That's what I'm saying. Exact words.
When they opened the ancient tomb,
Whoa.
they found treasures hidden for thousands of years. But later, a man who entered the tomb ended up dying from an infected bug bite. And another man who was there was found dead after being smothered in his bed. Then someone else connected to the discovery was shot by his wife, killing him instantly. In total, 8 people present when the tomb was opened died in strange ways in the years that followed. Panic spread among the explorers as they wondered who was next.
That's so scary.
He dreamt he was walking through the White House late at night and stumbled upon a room draped
Oh
in
my
black.
gosh.
Inside, a casket rested in the center, guarded by soldiers. Confused, Lincoln asked one of them who had died, and the guard said it was the president who had been assassinated. Lincoln woke up and dismissed it as just a dream, but 3 days later, he was shot in the back of the head at a theater.
Honestly, so tragic. Bro saw into the future, literally.
A group of friends suddenly spotted a creature with
Oh,
large
hell
eyes and
no!
red eyes standing in the road. Terrified, they drove away, but the creature took flight and followed them. It
What?
swooped over them repeatedly, emitting a horrifying screech. They finally lost it, but were left shaken, convinced they had
Go
encountered something
home!
supernatural. This terrifying case became one of the most famous Mothman sightings. These unverified sightings began to spread fear throughout West Virginia. Now, most believe it was simply a local legend fueled by fear and hysteria. But with no concrete evidence, the Mothman remains an eerie mystery.
Oh, hell no! I'm glad I live on the other side of the world. That group of friends was living in a horror movie IRL.
The fish nibbled on her massive falls at 300
Hey,
miles
yo!
per hour as
Hey,
she swallowed a metal bowl that set over poop. As a fish sucks in your balls.
Hey, yo! Bro, once Zack sees this, you're cooked. Yeah.
When early humans pooped,
Ew! Alright, bro. I'm glad. You guys are glad that that's censored. I just
didn't
saw.
have to wipe. And this was because they squatted instead of sitting, which helped everything come out quickly. And they also ate a lot of raw plants, which were full of fiber. This made their poop firm and dry, so nothing really stuck. But as we started eating softer, processed foods, our poop became stickier. Now, instead of coming out clean, it smears as it's pushed out, which means wiping is necessary.
Why is he looking like that, bro? Can I use a raise for the realism?
They would be placed into a sack alongside a monkey, a snake, and a chicken.
Are you serious?
This punishment was saved for people who killed their parents. Once
Okay, why do we do that?
sealed, the sack was thrown into a river. As the person inside struggled to breathe, the panicked animals would attack, creating a chaotic and brutal scenario. The goal was to ensure that the punishment was as horrifying as the crime.
Yeah, I think there you guys have it for the most disturbing animations by Zack Films. If you guys want to see more content like this, click this video here.